What up, guys? Coming to you live here. Wanted to update everybody on Zcash. Just wait to see if anybody actually joins the channel, and wanted to update you guys on Zcash. A lot of stuff going on Zcash. What up, guys? Coming to you live here. Wanted to update everybody. See if anybody comes on here for a minute. I wanted to go over Zcash right now since it's pumping hardcore. It's been doing really good this week, and just kind of wanted to jump in and kind of talk about Zcash, just kind of see where it's going, and just kind of do that right now. So right now I got it zoomed out. Not a whole lot of action happening right this second, but I do predict that a lot of this empty volume, or this old pricing right over here, just random price discovery, I think is really gonna shock people here. It's just, Zcash is just a beast. It's been around for a while. It took privacy to kind of the next level, one of the first ones to do it with Bitcoin. Roger Ver, he supports this project, and it's a big project, so I think long term, I think Zcash is going to be here to stay. I think it's going to be something that's going to be really big in the future, just because it's got a lot of support behind it. The community's strong. The technology behind Zcash is really good. So I think all these things could potentially push Zcash way higher than it could ever be imaginable. And I mean, this chart right here is reading 2,500. Don't know where this really was at the time when it first was released, but nonetheless, could it retouch some of these crazy levels and some of these like absurd all-time highs? Probably so. Probably so. I would say that even in the short term, if you just wanted to maybe play a short-term position on Zcash, I think that it's still a great buy if you wanted to do that. I don't see a problem with doing a short position on Zcash right now. I think that if you think Zcash will go up, you're likely correct, because if you notice, it's done these little bounces right here. This was nothing for Zcash to do this. I was around when these happened. This was not a crazy leap for Zcash. When we hit around about 680, I would say this is when I kind of took this is really crazy here. I mean, how fast Zcash did this number was really crazy. I mean, I remember this whole hype, but I also remember, I mean, if you really look at this stuff can go really insanely, What's up? I finally caught you live, bro. What's good, man? What's good, brother? What's good, bro? How are you doing? What's good, bro? You had to go through? What's good, man? Appreciate you turning up and rolling up to the free live podcast. Ask me anything crypto related too, Jay. I'd love to. These videos are kind of like unguided, not really planned, so I'm just kind of going with it. But nonetheless, man, Zcash, bro, has just been insane recently. So I was right over here. I remember this whole hype-de-doo, this whole hype. Don't got no Zcash on me, but I got BCH. My man, if you send me a link, if you have a Zcash wallet, I would absolutely love to send you some Zcash. I will send you some right now for free if you just somehow get me a wallet. I'll go on here right now. I will, if it's too much work, don't worry about it. I don't want you doing a whole bunch of work to set up a wallet for Zcash, but if you got a wallet, let me know. Love to drop you some free Zcash. What would you buy up? What would you buy up with 5K USD right now? Shit. What would I buy right now? Well, everything I think everything people are buying is this stupid ape coin. Is what everybody's buying. I'm just curious where it's gone right now, but this stupid ape coin, and I don't recommend buying it. You know, this isn't recommendation, but I just want to see what's going on with it. Ape coin plus 8%. Yeah, this is a joke, man. I don't know how these coins are going, but what I would buy with 5K, really good question. I would probably space it out between Bitcoin Cash right now is a really good buy. BSV is a really good buy. Zcash, honestly, I'm really happy it's going up, but I don't know if it's really a good buy. Really, I think I don't think I would touch Zcash right now unless you just wanted to slowly increase some positions in it. But I would say Bitcoin Cash, BSV, those are really good buys right now. They're really low. They're at levels that have been not seen since 2019, 2018 when BSV was launched. It's under that amount. So I think it launched at like $90 and now it's at like 80 something dollars. So I would say BSV, Jay. Definitely BSV, definitely BCH. Dash, I think, is a really good price as well. I think Dash could go up a lot, and I think people are kind of underestimating Dash and Zcash. They're kind of being just not being talked about a lot. But if you see Zcash right here, I'm not gonna make this some crazy thing here. But if you notice this, just get down here. This is just a line, so I'm trying to really just do something simple here. I'm messing up here. Let's see, I need that out of the way. But I watched all your BCH videos. So much good info. Appreciate you, big bro. Yeah, Jay, you got it, man. I'm trying to help you. Is BCH one of your biggest bags? Yeah, bro. But BCH is definitely one of my biggest bags. I got a video online. I pretty much go over my entire portfolio, kind of go through everything that I got, but definitely BCH is going to be one of my top picks. I think I'm holding somewhere around near about 100 BCH, man, and I've been holding it for a while. I actually send and spend my BCH more than any other coin too. So when BCH, one of your biggest bags, yeah, so it's one of my biggest bags for sure. And I'm really excited about BCH just because BCH is literally so easy to onboard people. It doesn't take any kind of effort. It's effortless. Among all the good things about it, it's effortless to bring somebody into Bitcoin Cash. I mean, what do they have to do? Go on bitcoin.com and download a wallet, and you can immediately send them Bitcoin Cash. You can download the Badger wallet, the Exodus wallet. If you want to take it offline, you can have a Trezor wallet. Get into all that stuff with Bitcoin Cash, and you literally can send it to them, and it takes 2 seconds, 3 seconds to receive. So it's instantaneous, really. I think that Bitcoin Cash really, honestly, Bitcoin Cash could literally, I need a calculator because I would love to just do some price predictions on Bitcoin Cash. Even though this is a Zcash video, all the people watching the channel really are subscribed for the Bitcoin Cash. So I'm going to pull up Bitcoin Cash right now and give you a rundown of what I think. Because do I think Bitcoin Cash could go up a lot? Yes, I do. I think it could go up a tremendous amount. And this chart right here, I'm just going to show you. So let's see, 0.20 Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at 41K. So if I just do a little math on Bitcoin right now, times, what is it, 0.2? So it's 0.2. So, and that, that's not to say, all right, so, is 8,200 where it's going to be? It might, it could do spikes, up to, 0.1 of a Bitcoin. That's going to be like 4K, obviously. it could go higher. It could go to 16K and then go at like a 0.4. Like it could go to a 0.4 Bitcoin. So, this BTC, this is the BTC price. So could it go way up here again? Absolutely. Absolutely. It could go up there. It could go up there a billion times, million times. There's no end. So, this is the Doge coin I was used to seeing right here. So it could spike on the Bitcoin price. Realistically, I think Bitcoin Cash could easily go to 8,000 pretty fast. It wouldn't take a lot to take Bitcoin Cash to a what is it? 8K, $8,000 wouldn't be hard. So do I think it could happen? Yes, absolutely. I think it could happen. So that's what I'm betting on. I'm betting on like most of these altcoins, pretty much the entire main ones, Neo, Monero, Dash, Zcash already right now. When did you first find out about BCH? I was very skeptical of BCH until this year, and that was a lot of information and people sharing knowledge on YouTube. I'm so down on my BCH. I'm dollar cost averaging so hard. Would you still buy more Doge? I would buy Doge. I wouldn't buy Doge right now. It might be the lowest Doge ever will go again right now, but it also could go a lot lower. I bought Doge at a third of a penny. To give you an idea of where I bought Doge, I had 1,600,000 of them, and basically about 1.2 million when it was at 70 cents, approximately. So would I buy Doge again? That might be my buy at a later point. Not right now. What was the other question? Oh, so yeah, I found out about BCH actually way back here. So around, this is Zcash, but the graph, but around, I found out about Bitcoin Cash right when it was launched, right here. I found out about BSV similarly when it was launched in November of 18, which was like the last big dump for cryptos. So, I learned about BSV here, I learned about BCH over here when it forked. So I've known about it since basically it was started. So and even then, hearing about BCH was kind of like, it was it hit a pretty good market share of Bitcoin at one point. I mean, it wasn't very long lasting, but it was at 2,000 to 4,000 for a good little bit of time. And I know people were dumping a lot of it and people were buying it, and there was a lot of that, but nonetheless, it was really fun to just be a part of that. Do I think Bitcoin Cash is definitely going to go to absurd levels? Yes. Honestly, I have zero interest in BSV because of BCH. I think BSV can do as good as BCH. I only hear bad about Craig Wright's situation. Yeah, so the thing with Craig Wright, really, people get fixated that BSV is Craig Wright. Craig Wright is not BSV. He is a ambassador of BSV. He is one of the founding people of that whole BSV, but the actual community is a lot bigger than just Craig Wright. And Craig Wright, a lot of people talk crap about him and don't even watch any of his videos. They haven't even listened to anything he has to say about blockchain, about Bitcoin, about what involvement he's had or says he's had in Bitcoin. So they don't even take any of that stuff account. They just automatically hear the rumors of, Craig Wright said he's Satoshi. He's not. He's a liar. So it does do some kind of effect to the BSV brand for that reason, for Craig, assuming that he thinks he's Satoshi and people thinking he's a liar. That does do something to the brand name of BSV. But if you look at the actual fundamentals and the actual use cases for BSV, the development on it, the milestones that BSV has achieved, it might seem like I'm trying to out-talk Bitcoin Cash right now. That's not the case at all. I'm just saying if you look at the history of BSV, and you look at the stuff they've done, they mined the biggest block just recently, just a few months ago. Look it up. It was a massive block. I don't want to claim size here, but it was huge. Look it up. There's nothing going on with BSV unlike BCH. I would say there's a lot going on BSV, and there's a lot going on BCH as well. BCH really, kind of the foundation that I think has the most foundation that it comes on is it's actually people are out promoting it as peer-to-peer electronic cash. You got Roger Ver down in the Caribbean promoting it. It starts out as this little payment system in the Caribbean, and then it blows up, and people around the world are using it just like they use credit cards and everything like that. BSV doesn't have that. Even though BSV can do a transaction cheaper than BCH, BSV I don't believe is going to be used in e-commerce or and I don't want to say like one's better than the other. I like BSV and I like BCH. I like them both. I like BCH a little bit better, just so we're on the same page here. So where I see BCH is more of a like user adopted peer-to-peer electronic cash. Basically what they're trying to do with Lightning Network, that already exists on Bitcoin Cash in a better form. It's like you have this Lightning Network that they've been pushing for years now. That technology already exists on Bitcoin Cash, and it's very good technology, and it works really, really well to bring a merchant on, to onboard a merchant and start accepting it, as well as bring on a new user and get them into crypto for the first time. You can send them a little bit of Bitcoin Cash. I'm not going to go send somebody Bitcoin. It doesn't make any sense. Why? Even if the fees like it is right now, the average fee is probably under $2 right now, I'm still not going to go send Bitcoin to somebody, even on Lightning Network. Because of what I know about crypto, it would just make more sense to send them Bitcoin Cash, send them the Bitcoin Cash, let them have it free. Basically, here's your Bitcoin Cash. I'll send it to you. You'll get it. You'll see it. We can talk about the way it just worked. So much better than Bitcoin. There's nothing going on with BSV unlike BCH. So yeah, back to what I was saying. There's a lot going on BSV. There's a lot going on BCH. But the key differences I think that I believe are BSV is more of like trying to, even though they have a test network on BSV, I forget the name of it. It's there's a name for their test network. And if you're a dev, it's pretty easy to access in terms of you can test whatever you want on BSV. You can, have mining pools come together and mine massive blocks full of useless data just to accomplish the massive block mined and say you did it, which is a milestone within itself. Who cares what's on the, what's in that block, that massive block mine? It's just the fact that they put all that stuff in there. So they're scaling the business part aspect of what Bitcoin and the direction that was going before the whole SegWit argument and split to BCH. They're working on that stuff. That's BSV. So they're not, even though you can literally send a payment on BSV and it's cheaper than Bitcoin Cash, it's even cheaper. It's like the cheapest. There might be, Digibyte or something else that does it even cheaper. So to be fair, Bitcoin Cash isn't the cheapest, and then you can also go into stuff like whether or not it's on chain, and there's different stuff. So you start bringing Digibyte and like other cryptos that are very, very cheap to send. But for the argument's case, Bitcoin Cash is more working on strictly, transparently, everybody promoting it, everybody marketing it, Roger Ver, everybody that's into it is on board with it being peer-to-peer electronic cash. And I realize there's smart BCH and like other things and farming and yielding and all this stuff being built out into it, like a lot of these other cryptos. So much of these other cryptos are being built out and have all these same technologies kind of built into them. But Bitcoin Cash is basically peer-to-peer electronic cash. That's what that entire camp and what I'm trying to achieve by promoting Bitcoin Cash. So Jay, I hope that answers your question. I'm not trying to make you into BS, like go investigate BSB, but would I own a little and advise somebody to own a little bit if they really like crypto? Yeah, sure, why not? I would. I wouldn't go tell you to buy, ApeCoin or, SHIB or any of those coins or any of these, this new one, ₚ Have you heard of that one, ₚ? It's on Binance. It's a few other places, I believe, now too. These are just scams I wouldn't advise anybody to buy. And who knows? 10 years from now, I could be completely wrong, and those coins I just mentioned could be up, thousands of percents more from BCH to BSV. But for the case of where we're at now, I think it's fair to say that all these altcoins in general, and this video was originally about, I know I went on a big long tangent, probably like 30 minutes of just Bitcoin Cash stuff, but nonetheless, all these altcoins are gonna pump big time. Not all of them. Any of them that are worth a fuck are gonna pump. Zcash, Dash, Monero. They're all really underestimated at this point. And if you look at Zcash right now, and what how I think this is relevant to also Bitcoin Cash, which Jay, you said you were holding. These altcoins, and I went over this in one of my live streams before, they all follow this Bitcoin kind of movement. And I mean, one goes up, one goes down. Zcash has actually recently been kind of trending independently of Bitcoin in the altcoin market. Zcash, I've just noticed in the last couple weeks, and this is May. This is when all the altcoins were coupled against Bitcoin and they all went up. That's this area right here. But this is a pretty large amount of time. So a year's worth. Here we go. This is that same point, May. So this is when they all coupled and went up with Bitcoin. So the difference between Zcash and just in general with all that is this area right here was easy to predict that all the coins were going to go up. This was Bitcoin's run up. This is where all the altcoins went up. Nothing off the top of my head broke out against that. Ethereum had been breaking out against this for quite a while. So when the market dropped, we had Zcash in November go up to almost an all-time high for that year too. It didn't quite make it. It didn't quite hit where we were in May with a couple Bitcoin. But it was interesting to note that none of the other really altcoins I can really think of went this much of a gain in this little area right here. Which was, like I said, November, a little before into November, and November being like where it really hit home. This was independent of Bitcoin. No other real coin did this. So it's interesting to note about Zcash. It's they're moving to proof of stake right now. They're proof of work, but they're going into proof of stake. So we'll see how that turns out. As far as an overall gain, we could go way back up here really easily. Could we go to these all-time highs of where it started and was launched? Hell yeah. Of course we can. It's really easy to do, actually. So yeah, this video just kind of on Zcash. It's the website. It's a privacy coin. What's really interesting about ZK Snarks, and it's all right here, you can read about it. ZK Snarks, it's actually really cool because you can send somebody money and the network can verify that the amount and everything is legit with that money you sent, and somebody can receive it, but it doesn't leak all that information where people can, it's not as transparent as Bitcoin, where in the sense of you can see what wallet and stuff like that. You can encrypt what's inside the information you're sending without it being a risk of where it came from, or you can actually, it's called shielding the address. So the network will verify that what you're sending in that compartmentalized, information data packet, right? It'll verify that it's valid, but it will not say where it came from. Okay, so it's a pretty big deal for privacy. Monero does something similar, but the network verifies it, so the number value and the information is there, but you're not risking any third party, for whatever reason, finding out where that compartmentalized information is. It exists on the block. The network has said it exists. It exists in its form, and if you send it to a specific person, that person can validate the keys to see what's inside. They can get the original data, but as far as anybody else getting where that original data and that amount or whatever the hell is in that compartmentalized digital hash will not be visible to them. It'll exist on the block, but it will not be visible to I can't just go, oh, I just sent John, a 2-3 Zcash, right? Somebody else can go on the Block Explorer and Zcash's version of Block Explorer, and they can see that transaction happened, whatever, it was this amount, whatever. To what extent you want to, find that information, people do. There's reasons for it. There's reasons that it's so transparent, but Zcash, a little bit different. It uses this privacy technology of shielding addresses. It's pretty cool. So it's, a lot. I think there's two different ways. I think you have to do it a certain way for it to do that. From the actual wallet you're sending, I think it has to be in a shielded wallet. So like if you're just buying it on like Gemini or, another exchange, Coinbase, I don't know if Coinbase has Zcash, but any, eToro, wherever you buy, cryptos and that has a wallet, likely that wallet, then if you just send it to another wallet, I don't know if that actually, and if anybody has any comments or anything about that, but from what I understand, that does not use the same kind of shielded Zcash address that I was just talking about. So I don't think it's by default, if you buy it from an exchange, going to be using that shielded technology. But was it actually created to use that technology in the first place by Zcash? Probably in the beginning, and I'm just guessing here. I'm not for sure on any of this stuff, but it probably was intended to use the shielding all the time. But I don't think if you buy it from an exchange and then you just send it to another exchange wallet or a non-KYC wallet, I don't 100% know for a fact. And maybe it's all in this huge, white, you can download the white paper or whatever and read all through what ₚ does, but nonetheless, it does have that privacy feature built into the technology, which in itself, creating a shielded transactions. So yeah, it's probably all right here. So if you want to take advantage of that technology where it shields the transactions and, relies on all this ₚ and all this stuff, that is an option. And there's also ways to hide and verify, by running your own node and stuff like that, ways to do it. Still going BCH. There's nothing going on. Okay, so Jay, you just said still going BCH, baby. Yeah, I hear you, my man. Me too. Me too. So Electric Coin Company, they actually founded Zcash. So they have like their part of their mining, I think like 20% of it or whatever goes back to different developments of Zcash and stuff like that. Is that a good thing or not? I mean, ABC tried to do it with Bitcoin Cash. Hello.
A package for you guys.
Alrighty.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name.
Oh, you're talking about it?
I'm assuming that's somebody here.
Yeah, that's
Need
right.
a signature for it.
Yeah.
Let's see. How do I pronounce that name?
Shinmei.
Shinmei. All right.
Thank you.
Learned something new. And what's your name?
Chad.
Chad, thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, I'm back. So, yeah, no, I'm definitely going BCH2. I do have some Zcash, though. I'm not going to lie. I am holding a little bit of Zcash. I do think there's a future for it. That's why I'm making the video, but definitely, I hear what you're saying. Bitcoin Cash is amazing. We can look up some stuff on that, too. And like I said, Bitcoin Cash has a lot of the same, just because it doesn't have every single thing another crypto doesn't have. All these cryptos, generally, the ones that are worth money are kind of all going in the same direction of like being able to create marketplaces within their crypto blockchains, decentralized exchange. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin Cash at some point offered a decentralized exchange of some kind of, maybe even like a Bitcoin Cash fork. We could get into another fork that maybe necessarily, was just a private type thing, like a private decentralized exchange for Bitcoin Cash. That was like a third party where it didn't even fork. It was literally just the exchange and all the trading pairs were Bitcoin Cash. I would like to see some stuff like that. And they have some kind of stuff like that going on with like the yield farming and stuff too, because essentially you're locking up your coin, this like coin that's part of this blockchain, and you're staking it, but really the value is in the actual blockchain itself. So they kind of have that decentralized exchange thing kind of going on a little bit there on some of those tokens. But let's see. Where's Bitcoin Cash? A great way to get Bitcoin Cash super quick is just to go up here to volume, because it always sits up here really high on the volume. A little bit lower today because you have this junk creeping up. This is all junk too, in my opinion. I don't care what people say about Solana. I'd rather own Waves than Solana. Just the crowd on Solana, the people that are like super hardcore into it, it's just so obvious they're not like, they don't seem like they've been into this for a while. And if you got to be in crypto for a while to start seeing all this scam stuff. But Cardano, BNB, XRP, Solana, Terra, Avalanche, Waves. I would rather own Waves than any of these. Like the Sandbox, Polkadot. I'm not buying into any of these yet, and I'm sure one or two of these, maybe all of them, long term will still be around. Chainlink, I don't know. They have big people in charge of their projects, but at the same time, we'll see how they do. Some of them will probably still be around. Zcash down here. Let's see. Bitcoin Cash. Kind of the same thing here. Really been doing really well the last couple days though. Like, just kind of broke out right here. That's where everything kind of jumped, and then everything kind of followed. But this is a log graph of Bitcoin Cash. So that's one everybody's used to seeing, but I prefer looking at this one. It's way cooler. So yeah, we could easily, you see what I'm saying here? Easily do that. We could jump way, way higher. So yeah, I think it could happen. I think it could happen really good, really easy. Let me see here. CH. Bitcoin Cash. All right, what am I doing here? Messing everything up here. So, sorry, this is like I'm trying to use TraderView because I was trying to use Yahoo for my videos, but I was noticing that the information wasn't accurate. So it's for some reason Yahoo has stopped going back past 2018. So for coins like Zcash, Dash, Litecoin, Doge, it doesn't show any of that data. So I'm starting to try to get used to this one. So I apologize that my hands are a little shaky on this this new kind of platform I'm using. But here is Bitcoin Cash, right? So let me set it for a log. Scales. Here we go. Still going BCH, baby. Yeah, come on. All right, let's hope this could be a little easier. Log. I'll have to look at that later. I don't want to figure that out and write this. Oh, here we go. It's down here. All right, so this looks a little wacky. Let me just zoom in here. Here we go. Now we're good. All right, log. What the heck? It's not supposed to look like that. That's for sure. Not supposed to look like that. So here we go. All right, so now we're looking good here. So really, probably should have studied this a little bit better, but whatever. So yeah, I mean, this log graph of Bitcoin Cash is really, really important. I mean, you gotta think here. You know, it does look a lot different. So it looks a lot different. It's just, somebody would think, oh, you know, there's huge potential here. You know, we touch these numbers, 700%, whatever, 4,200% or $4,200. You know, 700% from where it started, 4,200. So, you know, looking at that, people that have been recently attracted to Bitcoin Cash, I think, are looking at this huge price point, this jump. Bro, let me hear views on how the geopolitics or interest rate environments will affect crypto prices. I don't know how many people are watching this show, because for some reason it says 0 people are watching the show, and I know Jay's watching, but I didn't know other people were watching. So yeah, feel free to ask any kind of questions, Raj, and I'll get to that in just a second. Raj, I'll answer your question about geopolitical stuff and stuff like that. Okay, I refreshed it, so maybe I'll be able to see that other people are joining, and I can try to go through topics a little bit quicker and not be so whatever, you know, slow. Nonetheless, let me just open this back up here. I'm not the most computer savvy person, as you can see. Just because I'm you know, the goal of these videos is really just for me to give you guys the real info, you know, as I see crypto, as I see, you know, things kind of unfold. I'm trying to kind of guide you guys through this and show you guys kind of what's really going on. So let me finish this, and then I'll answer Raj's question. So really easy. So a lot of people, like I said, see that they see this. That's why they get into Bitcoin Cash. They see this. They get into these altcoins because they see these huge price potential, and they're right. They are absolutely right. But what you guys got to understand, and this has got to be, you know, this has got to be said, guys, is really the action on the log graph shows, because all we got to do is achieve that, right? It's really easy. It's not hard to do that, but we can go up so much higher. We can, you know, we can run volatility through Bitcoin and through these geopolitical events, you know, and all these altcoins can capture anybody that sells their Bitcoin or Ether, because most of these tokens are attached to the blockchains of Bitcoin trading pairs and or Ethereum trading pairs, right? So that's why they go all against Bitcoin, the dollar, because I can look at Bitcoin Cash right now, Bitcoin Cash against the dollar and it looks straight down, that's a good thing because it's wedging down against Bitcoin. Okay, that is huge. BSV, Bitcoin Cash, those are the only two that I can think of off the top of my head that have wedged down against Bitcoin. And that's some serious stuff because when you start seeing the wedge down against Bitcoin is when you know what I'm talking about is accurate. If you see something going up against Bitcoin, somebody asked me Jay, you asked me, would I buy Doge right now? No, would not buy Doge right now. It's too overpriced in my opinion, but could it spike up again? Yes, it could very well spike up again. So, this right here could easily just touch these numbers, okay? These numbers right here. It doesn't have to go all the way up here, okay? It can literally catch like Ethereum did, Ethereum Classic, and just go whoop real quick, really quick. This is a huge surge for Bitcoin Cash if it did that, okay? So, it could easily do that. I want everybody to understand these altcoins, Dash, and this is just one, Bitcoin Cash, that could do that. All right, bro, let me hear up views on how the geopolitics or interest environments will affect crypto prices. Raj, let me answer that for you. Geopolitics, it's all about crypto, more than you can even think. There's different stuff you could look at Russia and analyze why, this Ukrainian war is happening. Russia's claiming it's, this is what we're doing because this is our area. Russia was invading Crimea back in 2014. This is nothing new. These invasions and stuff like that are nothing new. Europe gets a lot of their oil or their petroleum and their gas and stuff from Russia, I believe. So there's always geopolitical issues in terms of resources and scarcity of items and commodities and scarcity of goods and services and commodities that create, these wars. Bro, let me hear up on the views on how the geopolitics and interest rate environments will affect crypto. So how will how will Russia, how will Bitcoin be in Russia? Well, that's a good question. And I can show you. Cryptos have been raging in Russia recently. I can go up here and look at the ruble, RUB, the ruble, and Bitcoin, against the ruble has already gone to an all-time high. So in Russia, if you're hanging on to Bitcoin or you're hanging out on to any of this stuff, you've already seen an all-time high recently on cryptocurrencies. Now it's kind of hovering in this area of whatever all-time highs for back in May, April, May, where we all hit all-time coupled highs with altcoins as well. No decoupling of any alts that I remember. This is where we revisited in November, where some of the alts didn't make it this high, with Bitcoin. But in Russia they did, and then over here they hit an all-time high, and I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up from here. And this is just Bitcoin. We could look at any of these. Bitcoin Cash. But yeah, so the geopolitics. Am I answering this gentleman's question? Am I answering your question, Raj? Did that answer it at all on how it would affect crypto prices? Because these conflicts and stuff, where the currencies are being devalued, obviously the Bitcoin prices are going to appreciate. They're gonna really rally against these cryptocurrency or these fiat currencies, and I expect that to happen really across the board. Not only against the ruble, but against the dollar, and then what could get really scary is if we see the altcoins jump to all-time highs like Doge did against Bitcoin and Ethereum. If we see a lot of the alt market, and when I mean alt market, I'm not talking about the 10,000 altcoins that are in existence, that are in decentralized sushi swap exchanges only, and I'm not taking every little altcoin into effect, and maybe I should, but in a sense if these altcoins against Ethereum price, this is Bitcoin Cash against Ethereum, not the dollar. To be very clear on that. This is the entire point, is that this price against Bitcoin Cash is against Ethereum, not the US dollar. It's against Bitcoin, not the US dollar. It's against the ruble, not the US dollar. Okay? Very clear on this point. So if you start looking at conflicts and things like currencies being devalued, we already win here. We've already seen that recently with major cryptos against the ruble. And I'm just curious for my own sake. I want to look at Monero and how it's performed against the ruble. Let's check it out. Monero has seemed for like the last 3 months to really kind of rally. So it's felt like it's kind of rallied in the last 3 months. We've kind of hit highs, not all-time highs, but highs for recent highs for the 3-4 month period. Zcash and Monero really have kind of stood out. So yeah, so here's the ruble. The dollar looks a little bit different because the conflict going on in the ruble's been falling. So you can automatically assume if fiat currencies are going to fall, if they are going to fall, the way the computer software and cryptocurrencies are engineered, they automatically gain on that. Not to mention they go through these cycles of minting new coins into circulation, through mining, through derivatives products built on top of crypto or built out for crypto, affecting all these prices. So Russia going off grid with their SWIFT banking system going down. I think they're using some kind of in-house legacy system that is kind of keeping goods and services kind of flowing and active over there. Raj, I hope that answers at least some of your question about that. Interest rates, interest rates is kind of how you got to look at interest rates like this, and it's kind of an ever-going. Gotcha, bro. You were predicting similar price action as the ruble. Got you, bro. You're predicting similar price action as ruble. Oh yeah. So, I think we'll be able to revisit the altcoin market and Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I'd say those are kind of the big two, right? And then the altcoin market. I think we'll revisit that point in time where the ruble and the US dollar, the gains on the altcoins, the gains on those Ethereum and Bitcoin will be kind of in parallel at some point. They'll kind of be, they'll kind of look more similar than they do now because there's, there was that devaluation of the ruble, it went down, and then they'll look more similar. And then to what degree fiat currencies get devalued. I mean, if we look at the Argentina peso, or the Chilean peso, that's another one that's been devalued recently. There's conflict and stuff with their government with bad monetary policy down there. You can look at those for yourself, but I want to see it right now because that's just something that's happened in the last few years. Let's actually, I need to go the other way around. Bitcoin first. Where's Bitcoin? They have it in a separate, I think they're doing it now, where they even have a separate area for a bunch of cryptocurrencies that are compared to here we go. Yeah, so I mean, this isn't accurate. What is this? This is $1. It's not accurate. What am I showing you guys? Wrong information. Bitcoin versus Chilean peso price. Here we go. So yeah. Turkish lira. I don't know the abbreviation, so it's just as easy to do this. So yeah, you see what I'm saying? Massive gains here. I mean, this is like this is registering Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash. So even look at this. This is great to look at right here. Yeah, against the ruble, but exactly what you're saying, brother. Raj for truth. These fiat currencies, I can look at Bitcoin Cash against the dollar or any other currency that follows the dollar, which they all follow kind of the dollar. It looks like that, but you start looking at these currencies that have been devalued down in like South America, like Chilean peso. Why am I thinking Chilean peso? I thought they had some issues going on. What is this? Chilean, they might be doing something down there with their currency. Maybe it's it's Argentina, right? That's the one that they've been devaluing. Yeah, so look at this. I mean, we're already still almost at all-time highs if you don't include the all-time highs in May for this specific Argentina peso. I mean, this is crazy, because if you look at any other currency, we haven't topped these levels yet. We have not. Bitcoin Cash has not gone to an all-time high yet on the spot price of Bitcoin Cash. It just hasn't done it yet, but it will. They will all follow this same trend. See, the dollar, we haven't reached 3,000 yet in this rally for Bitcoin Cash. We haven't reached all-time highs for Zcash yet. We haven't seen, $1,000 Zcash prices yet. I think they'll go much higher, but I'm saying all-time highs for 2017, the last rally, 2017, 2018, December. But on a lot of these devalued currencies, Turkish lira again, the Turkish lira hasn't, they got it control. It got under control a little bit more than like the Argentina peso. We could go through every single one of these. I'm really confident though in that Chilean peso. There's something going on different from what I saw this time last year on that, because inflation in Chile. Prices leap January 2000. Yeah, so what was their rate last year? So it was going up, but I could have sworn that it was more growth on cryptos against the Chilean peso. I don't follow every single fiat currency, but I know that some of them, haven't been doing too well. This is one of them, Argentina peso. I mean, it's like, I'd be scared to look at Doge, but we can. Like, look at that, dude. That is insane. I mean, it's like, you don't even see the rally before, and that's just insane, because if you go to any other crypto, you can at least get some more. I mean, not even really. Doge just really killed it. But yeah, I mean, you kind of see what I'm talking about. Interest rates probably similarly will affect. Do I think interest rates are going to push crypto down? Absolutely not. Do I think prices of goods and services are going up? Yes, they're going to continue to go up. And when they continue to go up, they keep raising interest rates and unemployment levels are high. You're going to have stagflation. You're not going to be worried about inflation. You're going to be worried about a bunch of people having a bunch of money that they printed. And not only are the people that spend all that money now fucked because they have no money and the inflation rate's so high, the people that are sitting on that money are going to try to like hold that money and try to wait. So you have all these people sitting around not spending anything, a whole bunch of goods and services. I mean, it could be inflation, deflation, inflation, deflation. We could have different little cycles. It could become, inflation one quarter, and then 2 quarters of deflation where, all these goods and services are just, and then if everybody doesn't spend the money when that deflationary period happens, you're going to have stagflation. So none of them are good. I think crypto probably, very easily could be probably the best hedge against inflation. Also in inflation protected securities. A friend of mine has been trying to get me to buy those. Inflation protected securities, those are going to go, kind of they're going to go in the opposite direction of, other stocks. When, inflation starts taking off and the stock market goes down, you can use inverse ETFs and maybe achieve some long-term wealth that way. Those inverse ETFs are a good thing to look, but it's so shaky right now, and all that computer trading software that handles the NASDAQ and all these other exchanges, that's almost more volatile than crypto right now, in a sense of it's those ETFs are doing some weird shit right now. So yeah. So I don't know if anybody wants any Zcash. If anybody wants any Zcash, let me know. I can send somebody some Zcash right now for my wallet. You can send some Zcash back to me. We can send Zcash back to one another. It's pretty quick too. Where's my wallet, guys? I think I already have it on there. Yeah, I do have it on there. So send me some Zcash, or let me know your address. I can send you some Zcash. In a stagflation environment, we would need institutional investors to pump markets. Retail is broke in stagflation, so we might have to hold harder, right? In a stagflation environment, I got to read this a couple times, guys. I want to make sure I'm on board. In a stagflation environment, we need institutional investors to pump up markets. Retail is broke in stagflation, so we might have to hold harder, right? We're going to have to hold extremely hard. Once the altcoins start their jump against Bitcoin, that is where the action that hasn't even happened yet, and I want to be very clear, it has not happened yet. It will happen. That is when we're going to have to hold extremely hard. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right. This isn't Dash price entirely, okay? Dash was created way before this point. Not way before, but some time before here, okay? Years before here. Okay? Just for educational purposes, I'm just pulling up this graph because it's easy to read. So Dash exists over here. It hit an all-time high here and here, okay? But it does not matter for this analysis. So this is Dash against the Bitcoin price. Following me here? Very important. We're not looking at dollars. We're not looking at fiat currencies, rubles, any of that crap. We're looking at Bitcoin. Dash has a numerous amount of trading pairs against Bitcoin. It has trading pairs, I'm sure, against other cryptocurrencies and stable coins and fiat currencies as well. But like I said, for this particular part, we're looking at Bitcoin. So once these altcoins, Dash is one, Zcash, there's so many more. Once these start jumping against Bitcoin, a lot of these holders of Bitcoin, a lot of these holders of Ethereum and all their other altcoins, they seem to flock to the altcoins that are going up when there's this euphoric rally happening. You know, they have Dash went up 600% in 2 weeks. Zcash goes up 10x. These crazy stories. By the time everybody's chasing these, they're gaining little amounts, but the market's getting confused, wiping people out of their position. They buy whatever's going up. They don't worry about the consequences when it goes down. It goes up. They all buy into it high. It goes down. The price around the market on all these altcoins change. So, good website I like to use for that you're not going to hear anybody else tell you to use. World Coin Index, not CoinMarketCap, has the same kind of thing, but you can go through every single one of these and see for yourself. They all look different. So it's impossible to say, you know, when it'll happen, but it's definitely going to happen. Bitcoin. This one's just really interesting. I want you to see, you guys, because this is, I know you guys like BCH. I do too, but look at this. So this is just clear against Bitcoin price. I mean, look at these. 1, 2, 3 massive pumps. If this happens again, Bitcoin SV is going over $1,000. Okay? Similarly, same thing with BCH. If this goes right to where it was, any of these, we're well over $1,000 here. We're like into like 5,000 to 6,000 Bitcoin Cash, 7,000 to 8,000 Bitcoin Cash, 8,000, 9,000 Bitcoin Cash. If it hits these levels again, which it will, it's a down wedge against Bitcoin since the last rally. This is one of the only coins, Bitcoin Cash, BSV, one of the only coins. There's others, Dash, other ones, but Look at this. Look at Cardano. All-time high against Bitcoin price for Cardano. It hasn't even hit an all-time high again since that point. That means Cardano is going to be at like $5 or $7. Okay? Just if we hit up here, Cardano $5 or $7 on the Bitcoin price. So we have missing amounts of liquidity that are going to return to all these alts. And this is just very important that this occurs. It protects the entire crypto market, not just Bitcoin, not just the altcoins that trade against Bitcoin. So look at this. Look at this. March of 2017 was the last all-time high against Dash and Bitcoin. Well, it's been some years, right? It's been 5 years. So is it gonna jump back up again and run sideways and capture everybody who trades in these other altcoin markets? It can also go a lot higher than this too. Look at Doge, that's happened. Doge is one, and like I said, not only does this trading algorithm and trading happen against Bitcoin, it also all happens against Ethereum and any other trading pairs. Some trading pairs are against Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin. So it's different. Dude, what's up, Luke? Dude, so look, Ethereum and Dogecoin, totally different. Totally different here, guys. And if you look at any of the other altcoins, it's similarly the same. So this is where the crazy action happens. It's not where everything goes up with Bitcoin. It's when altcoins break out against big money that brings people into the space, aka Ethereum and Bitcoin. You got Ethereum and Bitcoin. That's the narrative that brings anybody on. You have all these other altcoins that trade sideways, upways, downways against the king, and arguably his noble knight. I don't want to call Ethereum the queen, so we'll say the noble knight. But nonetheless, they all trade against this stuff. These entry point positions. You could call them entry point positions. I'm going to have to take off in a minute here, guys. I got a whiny dog. He's got to be walked. So I got to take off, fading into the night here. But so look, Bitcoin Cash against Ethereum. Same shit. Wherever you sell your Bitcoin Cash, you're fucked. This is some severe Bitcoin Cash holders. They are just not selling. I mean, this right here, shoot, man. Almost since Ethereum Classic jumped and BSV jumped, because BSV did a big leap up here, right here, in March 2000 or January 2020. So really, I would say anything between March 2020, at least on BSV and BCH, at least on BSV and BCH, nothing. Nobody's selling. It's all holding. This is going to spike. So this is $9,000 per BSV, 2.5 equivalents for Ethereum. Ethereum just hit almost 3K, so boom, it's going to be over 6K right here. So it's going to be 7K, 9, 8. It's going to happen. It's going to happen on this one. It's going to happen on all the alts. All the alts that are worth the fuck. Anything that's, there's random stuff, just junk. Those are already hitting all-time. They got manufactured to hit all-time highs, and now they're going to run down like these coins have for the next 5 years or 4 years or 3 years until they all spike again. But I'm going to go and cut the video. Kind of lagging here, but you get the idea. If you guys got any comments, anything, shoot me a message on here. If you want me to send you some Zcash, that was kind of the topic of the video because Zcash has been pumping this week. It's doing pretty well. So it's the reason to Zcash the video. So all the other stuff was fun to talk about too. I'm going to go ahead and end the video, and have a great week.